Hi, Lazor. I'm back here to talk about consent in relationships. One of the things that I would like to start out by saying is that people oftentimes think that when you're in a relationship, that consent is automatic because you're in a relationship. Um, that couldn't be further from the truth. That's just the reality. Consent is the act of being able to say with full volition of self that I am wanting to do X, Y, and Z, whatever those sexual acts might be. One of the things that ends up happening in a relationship is that people have wants and desires. And the wants and desires, particularly in regards to sexuality and their expression of sexuality, is that one of the things that can end up happening is that the partner ends up feeling used or denigrated for the act. And when that ends up happening, trust has been eroded in the relationship. And to track back to some ideas that I've posted in previous videos, is that there are various levels of relationships in terms of people's commitment to one another. Like I said, from husband and wife to boyfriend and girlfriend, spouse, long term relationships, casual relationships, even F buddies, things like that. One of the most important things about that is that in reference to consent, is that regardless of whatever level you all are on your relationship, is that consent is paramount because it helps you not feel used and denigrated. So, to talk a little bit about some of the issues that occur with consent inside of a relationship, is that we want to please our partners. We want to please whoever we want to give our sexual gift to. And this is natural, this is normal, this is fine. But what ends up happening sometimes is that when we want to please our partners, we engage in acts that we ourselves are uncomfortable with. Now, one of the most interesting things about this is that there's a couple of different things that occurs with that discomfort. One is that the discomfort sometimes occurs with you not recognizing that you in fact really like what it is that you're engaging in, but that you have a hang up about it because of a previous life experience. Or you find that you really just don't like this. There's nothing about it that feels good to you. It's not arousing to you, but you engage in it anyway. And as that continues to happen, what happens inside a relationship and inside the person who's feeling that way is that they can end up in a place of not being able to express what they really want and desire because it kind of gets, let's say, backed up, so to speak. Your desire to express that, I'm not really into this and I'd really like to stop doing this particular thing. And even more importantly, when you aren't able to express that even to yourself, one of the problems that ends up occurring is that you also don't realize what it is that you would like to say as a compromise, as an alternative, and as some things that you're interested in doing. And one of the unfortunate side effects too is that if an individual feels that way and they haven't processed it in a let's say healthier way, what they can also end up doing is asking their partner to do things that they know their partner is uncomfortable with, and it creates a dynamic in the sexual relationship where you all are trying to top each other and top each other and top each other in terms of, well, I want you to do this for me, and well, I want you to do this for me. And that doesn't help create lasting, stable trust in a relationship. It doesn't help you communicate your desires, and it doesn't help you getting your desires and needs met as it relates to sexuality and your practice and expression of it, and your healthiest practice and expression of it with your partner. So, one of the things that I would say in terms of consent and some advice going forward is being able to discuss with your partner when you do like something and when you don't like something. Because inside that discussion, you may very well find that you do like it, or you may very well find that you don't like it. And then this is a way for you to have your opportunity to say, this is what I would like to do and how I would like to please you. Wanting to please our partners is one of the best gifts that we can give each other. Pleasing people makes us feel good. Even when we do acts of charity, when we go run an errand for someone, when we just do good things for other people, we feel good. When we do things that please them and convenience their life, we feel good. And as this relates to sexuality, one of the most important things about that is that we have a tendency to we have a tendency to give up a sense of ourselves. We have a tendency to give up our own feeling and innate sense of, I know that I am valuable, I have self esteem, and I have self worth. And when we give that away because we're engaging in acts that we're uncomfortable with, not only does it create an eroding trust inside the relationship, it creates an eroding self trust. So, this is one of the reasons why it's so important to positively engage consent inside of a relationship, because there are a number of different things and ways for people to express themselves intimately with their partner. And because there's so many different ways to do it, the idea is to check out a lot of different ways to do it, because it might be useful to you to reclaim your self-esteem and your self-worth if you have in fact been engaging in a sexual act with your partner that you don't feel aroused by or fulfilled by. So that's what I would say about consent inside of a relationship. It's a little more gray rather than black and white, unfortunately. But the good news is that communication, as I mentioned in my last piece, is one of the best ways for people to mitigate these circumstances and find themselves fearlessly engaging their pleasure and enjoying themselves with their partner and feeling like full people, full of self-worth and full of value. So that's about it for this video. Check out, Love's War blog. It's loveswar.net, and the blog is, on the website. And that's about it. So have fun, love, and light. Be great.